Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to this channel. My name is Mauricio. If you're new here, this is a channel where we talk and discuss about how to properly invest during the bull trends like the one we just had or the downtrends. So if that's something that interests, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Now in this video in particular, we're going to be discussing Safemoon. Safemoon has mooned and then it went down crashing. So the question is it still safe to invest in Safemoon? That's what we're going to be discussing in this video. So let's get started. All right, guys. So yes, Safemoon is one of the most famous tokens other than Dogecoin in the recent times. And it's more than a coin like Doge, which is a meme coin. Safemoon is a shitcoin. And I'll tell you why I think it's a shitcoin. To me, shitcoins are those tokens or coins that do not have a particular purpose that is being sought after by many people. So, like a startup, if you are trying to solve a problem, then you will find people wanting to use your solution. So Safemon is not trying to solve anything in particular. What they're doing is they provide kind of a yield or a return on the people who hold their token. So, but there's plenty of tokens that are doing that. So to me, that is what turns them into a shitcoin. Now, it doesn't mean that they have to stay that way forever. If they manage to transform the interest that is in that token and use that to provide a service or service that will solve the problem, then they could turn this from a shitcoin to an altcoin, right? A better kind of coin. So without further ado, let's explore briefly skim through what Safemoon is and then see whether this could still go 10x or if it's gonna go crashing down. So let's see. Okay, here we are in the browser and this is their website. They have this white paper and basically they explain what this project is. I'm sure you've read it, but if you're new here, we're going to quickly skim and recap. Safemoon was one of the most successful shitcoins in the last weeks. And in terms of crypto, 2 or 3 weeks are equivalent to 2 or 3 years in the rest of the financial markets. So, what are they trying to do, or what have they done that made them different? Well, they try to explain that they do manual burns instead of having an automated system that makes those burns. I don't believe that makes them unique, but there could be potential human errors. But what they did that now has been copied plenty of time is that they started creating a tax on transactions, and their tax is 10%. And this 10% is distributed 5%. So 50% of those funds from the tax are distributed to holders of the token. Now, Binance has been doing this, and their taxes are 12%, and half of that will go to holders. And there's upside and downside to having 12% as opposed to 10%. But I think 10% is better. So what makes Safemoon different than Binance? Not much, really not much. They began doing a couple of things that now are customary on this kind of copy tokens. One of the things they did is they logged the tokens. So liquidity has been logged on DX Locker for 4 years. So previous to this, a lot of projects or protocols were rug pulls. People invested a lot of money and then the developers just stole the money and then disappeared. And of course, these developers were anonymous. Now, the developers of Safemoon have doxed themselves. They are known. You can find their faces in videos in YouTube. So that's a good sign. And of course, they have this tokens, a big chunk of tokens locked. So at least for the coming 4 years, in theory, no one is going to be able to touch those. So you're not going to be able to be rug pulled for the next 4 years. I don't know what's going to happen after that, but at least for now, that's that. And then they came with this tax, and that's already good. They have a roadmap, and the interesting thing about the roadmap, more than the NFT integration with video games, which is not entirely interesting. There's a lot of projects doing that, but they say we are going to be trying to be listed in exchanges, and they mention Binance and they mention let's see what else. They mentioned a number of them, and I think they just changed the website because 3 minutes ago, okay, here they are. On Q3, they will try to get listed in Coinbase, Binance, and Kraken. So if they manage to do this, I think this would be a good sign for the token to go up and probably 10x. Now there's good news and bad news about this token, so I'm going to share some of those with you. This is the latest graph, and then we can see how this token went from basically no one and no value to creating the network effect and promoting it and going all the way up, and this is more than 10x. Now something happened that made the price drop, and it was the crash of Bitcoin, the recent crash of Bitcoin. So if you see April 20th, the coin started going down all the way to the 21st, and then it bounced up and then back down again on the 23rd. Then as things had started to recover, the token started to go up, but now it has flatlined. And why I think it has flatlined? Because many people have moved on, right? They say, especially people who were paper hands and said, maybe this will go to zero. I'm going to sell here. And other people started buying and made this go up, but then now there's not as much interest in this token. So this case, kind of neutral news. It depends on what the developers do with this information. That will decide whether the token will go up. So let's go to this other part, other website. And this is CoinMarketCap. And why I'm showing this to you is because the trading volume of Safemon has gone down almost 50%. So that's kind of a bad sign. It could mean a couple things. It could mean that people are just holding and waiting for that transaction tax to accrue. But it could also mean that there's no interest or very less interest in the token as they had before. So how can we know or gauge that interest? Well, we can go to Google Trends and check how Google shows how they evaluate the interest in Safemon. So some days ago, on April 19th, there was 85% of the searches, all-time searches, they happen during this day. Now, on April 20th, 100% of people who looked for Safemon were interested in this token, and the same thing happened on April 21st. So this coincides with the uptrend of the token. What's going on now? Well, out of that 100% right now, the interest in Safemon has gone down to 26. So this means that in a few days, the interest has gone down 75%. So that confirms my assumptions. There's less volume because there's less interest. Now, if I was a developer, I would be thinking, how can I raise awareness and interest in Safemon so that people start reinvesting? And they have done this in a couple of ways. One of the ways is they have announced, but this is one of those announcements of an announcement. They have announced they're working on a project called the Phoenix. And Phoenix is a way to symbolize they are going to be raising from the ashes. So they have not revealed anything about this, so we don't know what Phoenix is. But if it's something that is effective, it might push the price up. Now, outside of that news, there's something interesting that I wanted to share with you, because CZ, the owner basically of Binance, was recently asked, are you going to be listing Safemon in Binance? And he answered, well, if there's enough interest, yes, of course, we will list it. So that is a conditional yes. It's not an entire yes. So if the developers of Safemon do the right kind of work and they execute well, then they will be listed in Coinbase in Binance, and many more exchanges will follow potentially. So if this happens, the price will 10x again. So it's in the hands of the developers. So what would I do now? I think the token, and I think this is the conclusion you came here for. I think the token is fairly priced. It's kind of gone from 12 to 6, so it's gone 50% down. Comparing it to the all-time high. I think it's at a fair price, enough to make a small bet in this token, hoping that the developers and whatever they announce Phoenix to be is going to be good enough for it to be listed, to create that interest and for it to be listed on the exchanges, the big exchanges. So Phoenix being good will raise the price of the token, and if they get listed, it will raise the price again. So I think within a time frame of 3 months, this could 10x. But, and I'm not a financial advisor, if they do not execute well, this could go to 0. So in conclusion, what am I going to do? I'm going to place a small bet in Safemon. I like the fact that I will get 10%, well, 5% of the transactions. So that might grow my Safemon. So it's kind of the same as we did with the shitcoin video, in the shitcoin video where we purchased Palm and Mash. So I will get that kind of interest rate, right? It's not precisely an interest rate, but it's a return. And I will wait for a little bit, and then if it moons, it moons. And if it doesn't, I will have not lost a lot of money. So if I was, and I think this is a way to tell you, I'm not a financial advisor, but if my mom was asking me what should she do, I would tell her, probably invest $10, $20 and see what happens. Because if it 10x, then those $20 will turn into 200. And if it comes to 0, if it goes to 0, then yes, you will have lost $20. But the upside is asymmetrically higher than the downside. So we'll see. I think this is all for this video, guys. I hope this was helpful in helping you make a decision whether to invest or not in Safemoon. If it was helpful, please don't forget to like this video, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you're looking for information on how to properly invest during the bull trend and the downtrend. That's all for now. See you next video. Bye-bye.